My mom is having an affair with my coach. I need some advice.
A fellow football team member caught my mom and football coach.
Then send me the photos.
I immediately went to my dad. I am now staying with my grandpa and my dad. The issue came when I decided I didn't want to be around my coach and my mom. My dad tried to have my schedule changed at school to get me out of his class. He also tried to have him moved from my football team. The school told my dad they couldn't do anything. I decided to drop his class and take a makeup course this summer. I also decided to leave the football team. That led to other players also walking away. We were told that the season will be cancelled because there isn't enough players. Tomorrow I have been called into a meeting with the principal and my mom's affair partner, aka my ex-coach. I don't know what to say or do. Any ideas on how to handle this? My mom was blowing up my phone with angry messages for telling the other players why I left, to causing the coach's hours to be cut back. No team equals no one to coach equals no money for her affair partner. Not once has my mom apologized. She didn't even try to talk to me until after my teammates walked away. I know I will have to speak to her, but I don't even know where to begin. I feel like she only cares about herself right now. Is there any reason you can't take your dad to the meeting? You are a minor and request a parent of your choosing is present. If not, get a teacher you trust or school counselor. If not, then just go in there and tell them that you will absolutely not be part of any team where your mother's affair partner is involved. I would suggest going to the school board as this conduct is grossly inappropriate. Just remember, you do not have to speak to her, let alone forgive her. You have done nothing wrong here. You have done nothing wrong. Your teammates have done nothing wrong. Tell your dad what is going on with the meeting. That is very inappropriate, and he needs to step in and either attend or tell the principal that you will not be attending. Also, the school board and the superintendent's office need to be called in over this. This is a form of bullying if the meeting is 2 adults and 1 child. Do not attend this meeting. Is there any reason they're forcing you to have this meeting? I wouldn't go. You're well within your rights to stay away from that man. And right now, you're under no obligation to talk to your mom. She did an awful thing and broke your family. Until she is remorseful, I would avoid contact with her. 2. How is your dad? Well, to start, your coach had an affair with a mom inside the school for all the students to see. How is that even okay with school policy? Most schools have some policies about professional behavior, and that's not professional. 1. You don't owe your coach a minute of your time. You do not need to attend a meeting. You do not need to speak to anyone at school about it. You owe them nothing. 2. Your mother has a lot of explaining to do. To your dad. To you. To everyone she affected due to her affair with your coach. Your mother needs some serious self-analysis. You don't owe your mother any explanation. She knew what she was doing when she decided to have an affair. And she is now reaping what she sowed. Take time out for yourself and spend some time with your dad. Let your dad know you're always there for him whenever he needs you. You can be that support person for your dad, and he can be the support person for you. Best of luck to you. What if you just respectfully declined the meeting? Then see what they do. They have no cause to call you in principal's office. And if you refuse, what are they going to do? Do your best to stay outwardly calm and say no. Thanks. You might find it interesting to see how dynamics are further exposed. Are they going to expel you for not meeting your mom's AP? I think not. Optics are bad for all these people. Not you. I want you to be as emotionally safe as you can be. And I just don't think you need to be in this bogus meeting. And by all means, have your dad call your school board member about this. Your principal is the dumbest human on earth if he thinks it's a good idea to have your ex-coach and your dad in the same room at the same time. I saw your comment saying your dad will be there. That is good. Remember, you didn't do anything wrong here. Your coach, teacher had an intimate relationship with a student's parent. That is highly unprofessional and frankly fireable conduct. You don't have to say anything or agree to anything, and if they press you for an opinion, say he should not be allowed to be in a position of authority or power over you while carrying on an affair with your mom, controlling your grades, your position on the team, etc., as it is too much of a conflict. If they try to dismiss the situation, escalate it. I don't know your jurisdiction, if you have a district superintendent, a board of education, or what not, but whoever your principal's boss is, have your dad report the incident to them. In fact, the best advice I can give is the simplest. Do nothing. Say nothing. Let your father do it all, because this has nothing to do with you. It's not about you failing a test or skipping class. This is about misconduct from an adult with another adult. It is way above what you can fix. Make your feeling of discomfort known, so the principal can't deny later. But let the adults handle it. BTW, if you live in America and you live in a one-party consent state, your dad is legally allowed to record the meeting. But once again, let your dad know, let your dad handle it. That's totally out of line that they called you into this meeting. If you say anything, make it something like, I have every right to choose not to play football and not to be around the man committing adultery with my mother. Oh, videotape the meeting. Pull out your phone and you or your dad say you want a record of this meeting because you don't want there to be any misunderstandings about what's said there. You did the right thing. Cheating is the worst and you should not apologize for it, 'cause it was her choice. You should have your dad attend the meeting with you. He can call the principal and explain why it's not appropriate for the coach to be meeting with you alone. This is not okay. Is your dad going to be at the meeting? Does he know you are being asked to meet with the coach? If not, tell him immediately. Do not meet with the coach without you dad there. I feel like they are going to try and make you backtrack. I would take someone with you to the meeting. Someone who is totally on your side. Your father or grandparent maybe. Just so that they can't intimidate you or gaslight you into doing whatever they want. Good luck. You're a champion. A hero. Good men everywhere would be high-fiving you if they could. I bet your father is proud of you too. Apologize for nothing. You did nothing wrong. In fact, it's clear to see that there's professional negligence here. I'd suggest saying the experience has been very traumatizing. You had no one to turn to. Your former coach and mentor has betrayed your trust. Your own mother has been abusing you over text. The school doesn't feel like a safe space. They haven't supported you at this difficult time. Let's not forget, you're only a child. You think there's been a grave misconduct committed by the school and your coach for placing you at the center of a situation you have been mentally and emotionally damaged by, yet have no responsibility for causing. You expect to be protected and treated fairly and with compassion. And the coach, who ultimately caused this, should receive the fullest extent of the punishment afforded to a person of his station acting in this way and destabilizing yourself, your family unit, the student body, and the wider community. His behavior is reprehensible and has shown nothing short of a reckless disregard for all of the above. He must be held to account. Just to let you know, if you don't want to be in that meeting, it is completely in your rights to not be present. Like literally. Go about your day and in your classes. They cannot force you to meet the homewrecker that are your mother and former coach. Someone who was supposed to be mentoring you and serve as a trusted adult at school. Terrible PPL. I am pretty stubborn. Once I make up my mind on what I am going to do, I hold myself to my self-commitment. If this happened to me, I would just go from class to class as per usual and ignore the call to the meeting. By now, all the football players probably already spread the news to the entire school network. I'm pretty sure the teachers will not force you to exit class to go to that meeting. I had a similar situation happened at my high school, but it was between my history teacher and the police officer assigned as security personnel at the school. This is another story for another day. Skull and crossbones. You are entitled to have your father or granddad if your dad isn't okay being in the room with the coach with you for any meeting. If you want someone there with you, you are absolutely entitled to refuse the meeting until someone can be with you. See, your coach should lose his job over this because I am assuming the discovery happened on school grounds. His contract should have something in it similar to a moral turpitude clause such as a U. Occasional hear of collegiate and pro athletes being dismissed over your teammates rock. I am sure they would come back if the coach was replaced. Also, not being able to put you in a different English class is total BS. They absolutely can. They were just hoping to keep this under wraps, but it is too late for that now. Try to be respectful and say as little as possible. Make sure there is someone there for you. The principal, a guidance counselor, etc. Maybe explain if they were more discreet. Maybe your teammates wouldn't have caught them and taken pictures. This is not your fault. I do blame you for being angry and wanting to distance yourself. If the school cannot see an issue with a coach having an affair with a player's parent, they deserve to have the season cancelled. Again, not your fault, but a result of the coach and your mother being inappropriate. If they wanted to be together, she should have gotten divorced first. Best of luck. Just remember to stay as calm as possible and don't give your mom, your ex-coach or the school any chance to use your behavior or what you say at this meeting against you. If the ex-coach, principal or you mom does something to piss you off during the meeting, then try to ignore it. Or just don't respond and leave. Right now the school, your mom and your ex-coach are in damage control mode and they will probably use anything they can to get out of this situation or force you to comply. Get your teammates to play again. This is an awful situation for you and your dad, and I'm very sorry for you both. Thoughts? Did you ask the principal? What is the purpose of this meeting? Why are you condoning adultery? The principal is not your career advisor, and should be above reproach in matters concerning ethics and morals. How much of your school's funding come from this football team? Regardless of the school facility, and/or whatever pressure they attempt to apply, you and only you get to make choices about you. Generally as a minor, that should align with your parents' views. But if that is in conflict, alignment with a single parent is still wise. Not sure if it will help, but watch Dazed and Confused someday. If nothing else, the levity will be cathartic for you, I expect. Last advice. Try not to be emotional about it. Assuming you go to this meeting, you have done nothing wrong. And given the circumstances, the school can't make you attend. If your dad declines, talk to your dad. Go over these concerns in advance, so the two of you define who is doing what, saying what, and who isn't. Remember, your dad is hurting too, in ways you can't yet imagine. Betrayal is devastating. Record the meeting. You might not have to inform them of that either, but if you don't, it might limit what you can do with that recording later. Not sure what country you're in? I would start the recording before you enter. Then inform them. I will be recording the audio of this meeting. Yes, it's a power play, but it shifts the initiative dynamic in your favor and keeps people honest. You also have the right to set terms, boundaries. I'm estranged from my mother. Will not be meeting with her. And the school should not be complicit in forcing one. Finally, some big questions for the school board governors. What is the school policy on staff fraternization with students and parents of? What is the moral code of conduct for staff? Provide the names and contacts of the full school board, and inform us of the method to escalate our grievances in this matter. Basically, you are in a very strong position here. Every person in the chain of command, from coach up, will be facing an untenable position if they support the coach's actions. The principal probably should know this, so he has very little power now. If he wants to lose his job, as will the coach, that is his choice. Career ending it will be, so he won't be able to do much but talk. Coach is done. No faith. All the students rallying around and taking a mature view. Why would any of you respect a man who would do that to a child? That the school even think this is okay is astounding. Google other examples too. Best of luck, young man. Be strong. If you don't trust you can control your emotions and mouth, then say nothing. Let your dad take the lead. It's beyond outrageous that the school is even having a meeting between your coach, mom's affair partner and you. Don't even go. They don't have a leg to stand on.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.